I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of very rich people. So I thought to myself, why not only utilize the connections that I've acquired through posting content and making money myself and traveling the world, but on top of that, why not distill it all to you guys? So that's what this video is. Pay attention, take out a notebook, take out some popcorn, we'll get right into it. So the big takeaway that I've kind of learned is that motivation comes from fear, and it does not come from hope, okay? That's what I want you guys to understand. And that's one of the biggest takeaways after talking to all these guys and their journey on, let's say, hitting $50 million liquid. Motivation comes from fear. It does not come from hope. So to put this into perspective, basically what this means is most of you guys think that to motivate yourself, you need to think of, I'm going to get so rich and I'm going to live my dream life. It's going to be fantastic. You can only get so far by motivating yourself through these physical, material kind of positive actions or affirmations or wants. Does that make sense? So when you're coming from a sense of hope, you're coming from a sense of want, right? Now, when you're coming from a sense of fear, it switches the frame, it switches the table, the coin has flipped. It goes from a want to a need. So therefore, what I'm trying to get at, I digress, by motivating yourself from fear, you need to motivate yourself through things and ideas and scenarios on what would happen if you didn't get rich. So every single day when I wake up, and for the last month or so, I've not been thinking about, I can't wait to drive this new Lamborghini. I can't wait to have $1 million liquid cash in my bank account sitting. No investments, just sitting in my bank. I can't wait to have the $100,000 watch. I'm not thinking like that because that's coming from hope, and hope is a want. And when you want to get something after you work so hard, you have to fully rely on yourself to want it 1,000,000% enough all the time, which is kind of unrealistic. That's not how human brains work. So when you're coming from a sense of fear, you need to pull this shit off. You need to roll the dice and you have to get a 6. So a little bit of backstory if you guys don't know. I dropped out of high school when I was 16 after I made my first chunk of money through e-commerce, which is what I do. And that was me rolling the dice, having to get a 6. Now I went broke after that because I blew all my money, but I had a year time period where I was literally on the line of getting a job. I was on the edge of getting a job, and that was a fear. That was a fear because everybody in my hometown, I say hometown, I grew up in Los Angeles, but everybody from where I grew up viewed me, and their standard of me, their bar was so high as some rich entrepreneur.